filmmaker.
Shout out to Gabe, man.
Gabe Duran.
Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah, he's Hispanic, and of course, one race. I'm not gonna say what kind of race, but you can kind of get which race it was. Wanted to complain because it was like a straight Dallas hood film, and a lot of festivals shy away from showing films like his because it's just really what Dallas is. Like if you grow up in, let's see, kids getting off a school bus, and then right across the street from the school bus, somebody selling drugs. That's what we know. So why am I going to filter that? So when you come to Shutter Speed, it's not going to be like filtered out like, oh, this isn't pretty. Like I like to show unpretty work because we need a platform for our stories.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're taking our platforms away. It's more driven, which is nothing wrong with that. It's more driven to the LGBTQ community, and they only now advertise gay black men. So you can't just be like a straight black man in film,
Right.
which sucks. So it's like you have to be gay or all this, but we want to keep it still original. And if you do have an LGBTQ,
That's a pretty nice ring you got on.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Hey,
Let's launch it out, yeah.
I was just wondering. I mean, you sitting over here blinging.
Yeah, I am. Is it blinding you? Yeah,
Yeah.
I finally let somebody put a ring on it.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Hey.
So when's the big day?
Well, the big day will be July 4th. So yeah, you can come broadcast live.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. We won't mention who the lucky guy is.
You'll see him. It's a big surprise. You know who the lucky guy is soon.
You know, one of the things I can say, like Shutter Speed has to offer is like the director's workshop.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and also the networking, I can say it's really good.
Okay.
You know, so like I said, you've been interested in being in films before, right?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think we all have a small interest in it. It's just, you know, if you can do it or not.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like a huge breakout Hollywood type of, you're going to be on the big screen.
Of course not.
You know,
You
AMC.
start.
But you have to start somewhere. But Shutter Speed is a good place for you to start. Like, let's say if you're an actor, or you might not even feel comfortable in front of a camera, maybe behind the camera. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it just provides those tools and
So-
that networking thing, so that you come there, you might find someone who's looking for a specific skill that you may have that someone else is looking for. So we just try to put those tools.
Right. So are you actually yourself getting into the same thing with her? Because this is who to you?
This is my sister.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not married. We gotta make that clear.
We haven't put that out there.
I didn't put everything on the
I wanted
Yeah.
to put that out there. Nah, I wanted to put
Yeah.
that out there. That was,
Yeah.
it was your sister.
Yeah.
We get that a few
Right.
times. I've had to be cussing people out like, no, it's my brother.
I want to ask a question that I've been dying to ask you, because I saw your post a little bit, and since you are here with her, you know, maybe you guys can come together and both answer this question. But being mixed race, and the two mixed races that you are, which is Arab and black, correct?
Yeah.
You know, coming up, you know, just as children to young, you know, I'm mixed to a mixed breed myself, so you know, we have certain challenges and things like that. You wear your hood.
Yeah,
know,
my hood.
and stuff. I don't know what it's called.
It's called a hijab.
A hijab?
Yeah.
A hijab, okay. All right,
But
you,
we can use hood. That's
You can
cool.
use
you wear that, and I mean, so did you have a lot of challenges when you were coming up? You know?
Yeah, actually from elementary up until, well, no, all of elementary I was in public school, and I started wearing the hijab or the hood from 8 all the way up until September 11 happened. And then he was actually away because he was, which is crazy. People always want to bash Muslims, but he actually served our country.
Yeah, I heard he had a hood too back in the day. It's called dreadlocks.
Yeah, he did have. Yeah. So and after September 11 happened, that's when it started coming out. Like the people started. The young kids, they start listening to their parents.
Mm-hmm.
So they automatically think, oh, not want to hang out with me. That's when my parents. Part of the reason why they homeschooled me was because of that. I was being bullied, and two, they didn't want me to fall under peer pressure. And then also, which is crazy, that's what helped me guided my path to filmmaking. So it's always in me, and I was like, dang, like how can I get out to the world and change the view of being Muslim? So film is one of them, and so like ever since I was like 11 or 12, that was it.
This freaking religious
Ooh, I got
Yeah, you're gonna have
can't
fun.
wait. But what about you, man? Growing up, I mean, see, when I
He's
look
a guy.
at you,
He had it
I
easy.
know. So when I look at you, I don't really see. I just see a black guy.
Once you open that door, then you
Right.
it's all kind of crazy shit back in there. Yeah, but it was because I grew up in a time, to be honest with you, where this wasn't that long ago. Okay, like we moved from Fort Worth, and we moved out to Arlington. Arlington was like still heavily segregated at the time, like still heavily segregated. Like you wouldn't understand that it was until you went into certain schools.
Right.
But I remember when I first went to like the first elementary school, it's kind of like me and my brother. You can count the amount of minorities, like maybe on both of your hands in the whole entire school. So there was no problem in getting walking to school or going to lunch and somebody slip and call you a nigga, and so you fighting your way out of that. You know what I mean?
But you don't consider yourself that, right?
I didn't know.
I'm just right.
Yeah.
I was just wondering,
Yeah.
about the whole thing. So you get older, you get your your rejection from your film,
Yeah.
and that is what basically catapults you into starting the Shutter Speed Film Festival.
But you gotta remember, the idea was already there
Right.
before the rejection happened. But it always takes that one little push. You know, like, or for example, when someone's like, "Oh, I'm thinking about cheating," and then they will cheat, but then finally the opportunity comes, let me go cheat. So,
I'm not sure if that's the way it happens, but okay.
Because it's you guys, so y'all should know.
The man cave,
Yeah.
man, you know, step
I'm
right
helping
in.
you out.
That
I'm
is
helping
not the
you
way it
guys.
happens. I'm taking up
I'm trying to
all
resonate
men.
with you guys. I'm trying to talk to a guy
I
level.
refuse to let you speak blasphemy about my fair men. But anyway.
But yeah,
So-
that's what happened.
Okay, so let me ask you. So getting into this film festival, you guys need a lot of extras. Sometimes you guys are always advertising for extras. You guys are always giving opportunities for young actors and actresses to come in and be in films with you guys. Now, this is going to be a two-part question. The first part of the question I'd like to understand is what are you looking for when they come out to your casting calls,
For a
basically.
casting call, okay.
And number two is you teach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what side do you teach? Do you actually teach any of the acting and stuff like that, or does your school provide that?
So, okay, for the first question, when it comes to casting, so I'm not a casting director. I just show up on set where I'm needed. But when I did cast, it is a certain look, a certain attitude. And if you're friends with the casting director, and let's say I'm hanging out in the hall or something, because the way my castings have been set up is the actors will wait out in the hall, and then the actors audition will go out to a room with maybe the casting director, possibly the director and producer, or sometimes the director's not even there. And one thing I do know, if you are a casting director, what a lot of casting directors do wrong is they talk too long to the actors, so it gets their hopes up, like, oh, I'm gonna get this. But one thing I don't like for actors to do is like start being bossy. Like, just sit down, be humble, and just chill.
Right.
And then just come and do your part. Networking is one thing. But when you come in, like, when I actually went to an Adidas audition, and I was actually trying to audition. I didn't get it, but when I was there, I was looking at the people, and I was like, dang, these actors are, like, really annoying. Like, what? Like, why are they just sitting here? Like, and I was like, if I was a casting director, they would just annoy me. Like, the way they talk, the way, like, I know you're supposed to sell yourself, but why you want to sell yourself to me? Like, I can't put you in anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't like when
Do you think that most of the people you guys are looking for should have formal training to begin with, or do you think that someone could come out just absolutely green and hit a home run?
I think whether someone's good or not, you should always have a form of sense of training in general.
And how do you go about doing that?
For me, for acting, I don't have any acting training, but for filmmaking, I will recommend. I think a lot of people get too comfortable. They think they film one movie and they don't want to take criticism,
Right.
or you're hating, or oh, you don't support me. Like, no, it's not that I don't support you. Your stuff just sucks. I want to help you out. Like, you just have crappy stuff, and I think people need to accept that. For some reason, we're too sensitive, and we don't like it. Like, tell me when my film is crappy, and I think we still want to help our friends so much, and we forget to be honest with them. So a lot of people still need training. I even still need training, and I teach it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So where do you teach at right now?
So I teach at 3 schools to pay for my festival. I teach at Texas A&M, El Centro, which is in Dallas, Tarrant County College, and I'm teaching them film. And crazy thing is, in my film classes, is I don't know everything, and I don't act like I know everything. Some things some students might know, because these students might be my equal. They might give me a job. So I try not to be like an ass.
Right.
And some of them work.
Kind of important.
Yeah, some of them actually do have film jobs, and they'll say, hey, I can't come to school. And I was like, that's fine. Make some money, but make sure you take a picture so I know you're on set. they could be lying to me, but it's on them. But and I learned from them. I learned from my mistakes. From every year, it gets better. So
right. But what kind of like? So what part do you teach? Is it the camera?
I teach the whole thing except for acting, which is funny.
So it's all the
yeah, they have to learn
is where you're at.
Camera, light, sound. They even learn how to write a script. I mean, I don't write the best scripts, but I know how to teach somebody how to write a script.
All right, so how you write a script?
Oh, you ready? Okay,
yeah,
so of course.
I want to know the process.
I
like the process.
No, the process is it's kind of tedious in a sense if you don't have a straight idea. So of course you're gonna put your action. You're gonna have your description, your action, and your character. Then people get that all wrong because in the Shutter Speed Film Festival we have a screenplay thing, and people just start off with the character. They'll say Alex. The person's name will be Alex, and then they'll have their dialogue. But who the hell is Alex? Right. So you're gonna come in when I start. Like for example, if I'm gonna write about this. I'm in a this is brightly lit room. I see a African American male, somewhat in his 40s.
Handsome and sexy.
You can put that in there too. Handsome in 40s. He's sitting at a round table on a podcast. Boom, it's set up, right?
Okay.
Then you come into the dialogue. I didn't put his name in there. At the top, we'll say his name is Dave in all caps. The whole name is in all caps when you first introduce a new character. So each letter is capitalized. And after you introduce that character, then their name is no longer capitalized anymore because we already know. Yeah, right. That's how you know. Dave. Dave says, "Oh, hey, Fatimah got married." Then we introduce myself and come in, set up like that.
So that's how you set up the writing process.
You know who I think would be a good writer?
Who?
Detroit.
Detroit
is a former.
Detroit.
Wasn't he a former member or something?
No, Detroit.
He was just on the live.
You know what I'm saying?
They all still members. I mean, it's still the man cave with the fellas, regardless if it's only me on it or not.
It's real talk with real men.
Yeah, they come when they can.
Yeah.
I know, but we celebrating your greatness right now.
Oh yeah, so Shutter Speed is going to be April 3rd and 4th, 2020.
We don't want to know now.
Well, no. I'm inviting all men.
Okay, so April 3rd and 4th, we have the Shutter Speed Film Festival.
Yes.
Where is it going to be held this year?
Doubletree by Six Flags. I don't have the address like that, but it's Doubletree by Six Flags. If you look at I think it's the only Doubletree in the area.
Okay, so if you need me to MC or anything like that, you just let me know.
No, right? Dave said he was gonna come. So filmmakers, Dave said he was gonna come out and interview you guys. To be on his thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
So no, he said he just needed a little piece. I'm putting you on blast. He just needed a little piece for his phone.
I said it depends on if Suge gonna do it with me. We gotta do it together.
What's that?
Go interview.
Well, see, that's the whole thing is because I moderate the festival.
He moderates.
So I'm already doing everything.
So you gotta come on a red carpet.
You have to do the red carpet interview.
And he's the main one. Why people come. I get so many compliments about him.
Right.
They request him like, oh my god.
No. Yes. You see the porn stash coming in now?
No, we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
And Arthur Muhammad was supposed to be on the show today, but he got double booked. He's editing a trailer. I don't think he needs any extras. I'm sure he'll post about it and you'll share it.
Yeah, you know a lot about him.
Yeah. But he'll be here to talk about his new movie that's coming out.
Yeah, I know. I saw the trailer on it. It was pretty good. It seemed like they was gonna be real gutter in that joint.
Yeah. He makes pretty.
It looked like they.
And guess who had a small little role in there?
Yeah, I heard you was an extra in there or something.
Not just me.
Oh yeah.
Me and Suge.
You was up in there too?
Just a little bit.
What the hell you doing in there?
Man, just regular street stuff, doing hood rat stuff with my friends.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I mean, it's gotta start. Yeah, it's gotta start somewhere. I was gonna actually come out and try out for one of the films. I forgot which one it was. It was one of the married ones. I thought it was.
You didn't show up. Yeah, we were.
You know what? Like, I feel like for someone who is like,
I had something going on.
I don't want to quote you my poem.
Yeah, for someone who is interested in film and don't really know for sure if they can do acting or not, I would suggest try being an extra and then kind of get because there's a whole process and a whole development to making a 15-minute film or a 5-minute film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I would start there. I wouldn't really start to try to jump into like those main type of characters. like unless you like have that talent or that skill to do so, you know what I mean? But I was just doing the extra work first and just kind of get a feel for it, and then kind of okay, let me try to do a speaking role this time.
So they have some of these training schools here, like John Casablanca.
Mm-hmm.
You familiar with those type of schools?
I like those schools, but people that's the problem too. We get so comfortable, like, relying on somebody else to give me the role.
Right.
You can go to these schools all day long, but if you don't go, the problem is a lot of people, they want to get paid automatically.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this since like 2010, and it took me almost 10 years to finally start getting paychecks.
Yeah, but I mean that's what makes it all worth it, that you put that blood, sweat, and tears. And I mean I go through the same thing when it comes with musically, with the people I play music with all the time. It's like you could bring a new musician in, and the first thing they want to know is when are we gigging and getting paid. It's like, well, can we build something first? You know?
Yeah.
So I completely understand.
And I guess that's just an artist, like maybe because you want to get. I guess you want to get paid for your creativity, which is nothing wrong with it, but it is a process.
Yeah.
So, and I'm running that now as a talent manager because some of the guys I'll be talking to, they want to get paid right away. Like, there's a way to do something and a way not to do something, but you really need to know like where to stack your resources up.
Yeah.
So like if you want to get paid to do something, that's fine, but that might mean that you might have to do your own thing in the beginning.
Yeah, there's a saying that I could come and do a job for 5 minutes. You're not paying for me to do the job in 5 minutes. You're paying for the 5 years it took me to learn how to do the job in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, that's something you can say later
real
on.
Talk,
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where you'll be shortly. With the film festival, when that joint is
time is money, baby. Time is money, man.
When it's like the Ja Rule 5 film festival.
Oh yeah, it never came through. Did you watch the documentary on it?
Oh, that joke was hilarious, but I was just messing with you. But the man cave as well. I started this thing from scratch and just I'm just pawing along. You know what I'm saying?
Biggie. I think Biggie has the best bars when it comes down to that. It was all a dream.
Yeah.
I used to read Word Up magazine. You just find out.
You gotta be able to visualize it.
Yeah, you gotta be able to see like the whole. I used to tell my Marines is like when we're going into a certain situation, know that we're going into the situation, but you have to see the entire battlefield. You see what I'm saying? You can't just see like
big picture, baby.
You got to see the whole entire battlefield because when you're entering something, you're gonna have to exit. You know what I'm saying? But while you're going that path or that, you need to figure out what do you want to accomplish along the way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just some game,
Yeah, that's true. I tell my students that all the time. I always say like this, of course. I always tell them that this is my story and you guys are just, like we, of course in film we have a beginning, middle, and end, right? Mm-hmm. So I always tell them like you guys are like that plot where it's not my final destination, but you're that insert. You know how we have these montage scenes of these movies, and I always try and break it down that way. Like this is where I'm at right now, because where I'm at right now is going to take me somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So I try and build it up visually. I use myself a lot.
So with you doing the film work, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about Mr. Tyler Perry and what he's doing in the film industry right now?
What do you mean, with wigs or?
I mean all of it. Okay, this is
the food scenes or.
This is where I'm at with him. Like I'm confused.
I'm really. Let me put this out here. If he gave me a job, hands down,
right
exactly, there on a
right. That's what
but
I'm saying.
The thing is, I think. I still think there's always room to grow, and I wish he would let more people in to help him. Like, he's already got a high level, but just to get his movies out there a little bit more. I don't even know if I have, like, that much room to talk, but, like, especially, like, the Fall from Grace, it was a little bit...
She hit you with it all day,
I'm trying not to.
I don't know. I talk with my hand. But let me put my hand in my lap.
Got that Carter money on there.
Okay. So, apart from Grace, I just feel like I just wish you would let people help him. That's all.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Do you think that he got too many yes men around him?
I think so, and I think like people always say, "Oh, well, you're not allowed to talk about him because I don't see your work on TV." And I was like, "Well, he just happened to be at the right. Maybe he just happened to be at the right place at the right time." If I was there, of course I would, and I just feel like because you remember the thing he just posted in January or just earlier month, he said he write all his stuff.
Yes.
But you can tell he write all his stuff because all his characters are the
Yeah,
same.
they are. I mean, I have a small point of view on the phenomenon called Tyler Perry because he is that. I mean, this is a guy who slept in his car, who, you know, he has two sides for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at the one side where I look at this guy is basically he's someone that we need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And we can say, wow, like this guy really sucked it up and did what he had to do to get where he wanted to be.
Yeah.
My other issue with him though is that his movies and everything he does seems to be, and I hate to say it like this, but not about bigging men up. You know what I'm saying? And we the man cave, so I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
So everything is just always really pro-female with him. Everything is pro-female. Even him, he's pro-female. Where he got to dress like a woman in every damn video. He got to act. He got to talk like a woman in every damn
Well, she
show.
died the character died in 2019.
Yeah.
Who did?
Well, she didn't die. She's just not coming back anymore.
Good.
She's on vacation.
I'm fucking happy.
Well, let me tell you, he grew. I mean, the thing is, he had his what he did was smart. Was he knew his target audience, and at the end of the day, the older African American women are his target audience. Like they love him, and that's. I grew up on him.
Plays, like, are you going to go to a play, or is your woman going to recommend you to go to a play?
Your woman is.
I take my woman to a play.
So
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You would go.
Yeah, I
You change
understand.
your name
So,
to the real talks with real men.
Nah, but I mean, I'm just saying. Look, I'm gonna always be pro male. You know, plain and simple. I'm always speak up for males. So that's fine. His target audience was this, and he was doing plays. But still, like, there has to come a time where one or two of them got to be about uplifting black males.
Because maybe the language has gotten a little monotone.
I think he did. Was it Daddy's Girls? I think.
Diary of a Black Man. Diary of a this. I mean, everything is about a shit ass nigga. Everything got a garbage ass nigga in it. And I'm just wondering.
I think you know what. I think a lot of his stories derive from his childhood because his mom. I think
that's
she
what
was
Medea is, right?
She was abused. I'm not sure. I never knew who Medea was.
Medea is a mix of his grandmother.
But I think his mom was abused and he was abused, and I think that's where a lot of the story. But the thing is now we're not the abused women anymore. Now we're the woman where you can't give us compliments anymore. It's a big deal if you say, "Oh, she's cute" or something. I don't know why. I don't understand. Why is it that every time a guy gives a girl a compliment, they always say, "Oh, he's flirting with me"? That's not true.
I know.
I
never get that.
Because y'all full of yourselves.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need these movies anymore. Like, we don't need these uplifting movies anymore.
Y'all full of
you just smack that head with the ring one more time, you know, whenever you just hit him with
it. You can't even be nice.
Yeah. No, you know what? I believe you too, man, because sometimes, like, I come off as a little bit of being flirtatious, and I don't realize that I'm being flirtatious at all. I just think that I just might be giving someone a compliment, and it can go directly to the dome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they'll get mad. Like, why? Like, come on, man.
And so I'm giving compliments. You know what I tell them now? Like, you almost look as good as I do.
And then they're gonna give mad.
Is that working for you?
I still like compliments.
It has situations where it might, you know what I'm saying? This is a nice little icebreaker, but the game 101, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful. Something wrong with that dude. Well, I just, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out why my man Tyler can't give the men out here a little bit of love. Is he a fruit? I'm sorry, is he?
I don't think so. I know he has a beautiful young...
He bi?
I think so.
I think he's, I think he's straight. He has not a wife.
Oh, he does?
A girl, he has a beautiful young lady with him, and he has a baby.
Did he conceive?
Yeah. I've never seen a picture of the child, but they're together.
I mean, hey,
her name is Galila.
I'll be the first one to tell you, I gotta commend the man. I mean, we talking about a man who has built his own movie studio.
No, it was in Cali or in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta, whatever. It's a big thing.
But also, though, I do know, isn't it the property is a little bit cheaper there too, right?
It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
Push,
that's a big deal.
I think part of Bad Boys was shot on that one there too, right?
Yeah, that's a big deal, man. To be able to do that, and You know, because now he can bring those films that I'm talking about.
And
He
I
still
think he
has time
gave
to do
each
it.
of his actors that worked with him a star, like his own walk of fame.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love the
But that was smart
Browns,
though. He
man.
didn't build it in California because it's expensive. Is what
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
trying
that's
to
why he
say.
did. Oh,
Like in
okay.
Atlanta, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
It's
here
easier
too.
to
So
get
if I
there.
can chime in for a second about that. With Tyler Perry, what he's done is he's defined Hollywood.
Right.
Because, you know, and this guy recruits people to get their foot into the industry.
Yeah, he
And
should.
from what I'm hearing, he's paying better than everybody else in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's why
So-
I have a twofold with him.
Right.
You know, it's like one way I'm like, you know, this guy is great for us, but then, you know, on the other way, I kind of see that it's like, yeah, he is not pro man at all. So we get to know love.
Well-
I mean, he's basically another what's that network? Lifetime. God
But
damn.
those are just marketable movies, so that's why I think he's smart. That's why I keep going back. He got his studio built in Atlanta. He didn't go all Hollywood. He went to
Yeah.
California. He kept it cheap. He keep the movies cheap. Like Blumhouse, you know, Blumhouse is a production company. Guess what? They don't like put out really big, expensive horror films. And he makes a lot of money now. This Paranormal Activity came out like I think in 2010, and it was only on $10 million, and I think they grossed like what over 100 million.
Right.
I mean, $10,000 and it grossed 100 million, and it was produced by Blumhouse. So the cheaper way is the better way. It's just who's your target audience, I guess.
Yeah.
And I heard you, well, I saw you earlier making a couple comments on the Wendy Williams thing. What do you think about that?
I just think like I haven't done my full research. It's just so apparently the people want to get her fired because she was actually given the Joker. I don't know if you saw it. But
I heard
so
something.
what happened was she thinks she has a crush on Joaquin Phoenix, the guy who played in Signs. Joker. So he was a lead actor in Joker. I don't know if you saw Joker. So he has a cleft
Lip,
yeah, a cleft lip. So she was talking with holding her hand like this, and so people took it as she was like mocking him. But it really wasn't that. She was actually like, well, the way I took it, maybe because I'm not sensitive, or maybe because people bully me with the hijab so
We
much that I started
sensitive
to
as
do it.
hell out here now.
Nowadays,
You
yeah.
can't say anything. Like she was actually saying like when he shaved, it wasn't even like coming at them or the situation. It was just kind of like I guess because she had her hand up there too long. So people want her fired from her job. They
What
want
do you think?
What do I think? Well, you know what? I didn't really take it as a meme because I don't have it. Maybe she talked about a hijab, I might feel some type of way, but people talk about Muslims all the time, so I'm just not sensitive to that. Like maybe if you said, "Oh, I have a picture of you without your scarf," I might be a little bit mad. Like, where did you get that picture from? But if you call me a terrorist, it doesn't hurt my feelings anymore.
So can you not show your head or something like that, or you just choose not to?
I choose not to. Now, my mom, she doesn't wear her scarf, and she's
right.
a Muslim. I chose to wear my scarf, one, because I want to be identified. Two, funny thing is, I actually get more jobs and more opportunity with my scarf on versus with it off. And I don't wear it for that reason. I mean, I wear it because I want to be identified as a Muslim.
So what are the rules with that? Like when do you take it off? Who can see you without it on?
My brother can, my husband can, since we keep talking about him. Now here's the thing. So you might want to add this to your thing next week whenever you have your Islamic debate.
Right.
So my cousins can, but if my male cousins reach like puberty age, which is like 13, they're not supposed to see my hair. Because in our religion and even in past cultures, you can marry your first cousin. But I don't have interest in any of my cousins.
But even like my grandma, her grandma, when she comes over to the house, like she wears her hijab all the time. But if I come into the house, she puts it on.
Yeah, because it's not her blood.
Yeah.
Because he might have a crush on her. Yeah.
And I'll wait for her to put it on.
So is that for just respect, or is it to kind of like combat lust of men?
Yeah, it's
both.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, what makes me frustrated with people who don't read.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people in general.
We're talking exactly about him.
It'd be like, oh, why does a woman have to work so hard to cover herself? Why the man just can't look? Like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious?
I mean, but that's why the divorce rate
it's annoying.
Way better than ours.
Let me ask you a question, sis. Like, because some people like to think that wearing a hijab is oppressive. Like, do you ever feel that way?
No, I funny thing is, I actually think the ones who like, I actually think people who show their bodies a lot are the oppressed ones.
Okay.
To be honest.
So you don't. So you are a Muslim woman, and you do not find it offensive that you have to wear that. You don't find it oppressive.
I'm glad I don't have to worry about my
Right.
hair. And now the one thing I do hate is shopping here. I have to figure out how to make my clothes modest. Like, okay, although I still wear tight jeans, some Muslims up there might say, "Oh, you still dress bad," but I have to like long sleeves, or how tight is this, or is my.
So all of that is for lust.
Yeah, I'm trying to protect myself. Yes.
No, I'm asking. I mean, just as your culture,
Yes.
as a whole, the reason the women dress the way they do is so that other men won't lust after them.
But you know what? There was a time when
respect.
every woman used to cover though.
Yes.
And that wasn't that long ago, to be honest with you.
No, I'm just kind of really playing around with the actual purpose of it.
Yes.
Write that question down, and I promise you I got a brother that's gonna answer that question
I
for
bet
you.
you.
I promise you I got a brother.
I can't wait.
I promise you I got a brother to go break that all the way down for you.
I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm so
Yo,
ready.
Bach, you ready?
Hey,
man.
we got
You
that.
ready, Bach?
We got
You
that
ready,
religious.
Bach? Yeah.
Hey, Kenny, we got that religious show coming up, and I'm getting my. I got a Muslim. I got a Christian pastor. I need your Israelite. No, hold up. You got the Israelite, right?
What do you think?
Israelite.
He is not an Israelite
But he
though.
can.
Issa would be all off.
Oh, he'll be all.
Oh my God.
We got the polyamory show coming up too,
Yeah.
Slim. I got a couple and another lady who's really cool. But anyway, I'm so sorry. My
No,
fault.
it's fine.
Okay, so what country are you guys actually from?
America.
I know you from America.
America.
I know that. I'm talking about root wise though.
Well, we didn't do the DNA thing for our mom, so we gotta ask the white man where he took her from. But but our dad is from Lebanon.
Expressed by Fatimah are not necessarily those of the man cave.
My dad's from the Middle East, Lebanon. It was next to Syria, by bordering Israel. So it's all over there.
But y'all both grew up right here in the States. Huh?
Yeah, no, our dad is he's considered black now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Why is he considered black? I'm trying to figure that out.
He just is.
He's been repurposed.
Yes. He does.
Yeah.
Everything is black. Like everything is black. Yeah. He is real hood.
Repurposed.
He's very hood. He speaks with very he's very cultured.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, is it safe to say that your mom and your grandmom is the reason that you are as cultured as you are, and you too?
Man, that could be.
Or is this just something you guys were like, we're just gonna carry on these traditions?
I think it's the way we have to balance. I think we have to balance. So we have to balance it. You have to take. They both took from each other, and we took from both of them, and it's more.
Sometimes it just mix in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we'll drink hot tea and eat a chicken.
Right.
A project.
Yes.
So what are some of the crazy things that you follow as far as your culture that maybe regular Americans wouldn't?
I guess waiting to move out, like moving out, staying at home until 28, like moving out until after you get married. Like I stayed home. I never went off to school.
Okay.
That's one tradition.
But you can't do that though, right?
She moved out, I moved in.
Only
No, it's not. It's not only the man. It was a choice. I chose to stay. I mean, that's not religious. That's culturally.
Yeah, that's
that was
but
a
the men
cultural
can't
thing.
stay there, right?
The men can stay. Actually, in some cultures, our neighbor actually. Luckily, they don't watch this show.
Yeah.
But our neighbor, like
Well,
all
that
them live
sucks.
at home.
That's a lot.
No, we're throwing them under the bus. They're mean. They're crazy. But they're all still at home. Like all of them.
Right.
Oh, still at home. That's like
I
a
guess
cultural
that's something.
thing.
I think black people need to adopt that culture.
We really do, because we're taught that like once you graduate high school, you
Move
turn
out and
18,
get a job.
Hey.
you go out, you get a job, or you go to college or whatever. But nobody really talks to us about expenses, right?
Right.
And like
Financial.
and try to help us to prepare ourselves for the future, because we only see the fact that you're 18 and you're legal.
Get out.
Get out and go be a man. And that's fine.
Now mama can hit the club.
Yeah. That's fine. Like if the person that's leaving the home is going away for a job or for school, but if you're going to school like locally or I feel like children to stay at home until they establish themselves in business first.
Well, I'm making a little shameless plug real quick because this is another example why I always love to tell people Andrew Yang for 2020, so we can try to build some kind of generational wealth as Black and brown people.
Well, you have to.
You
have to because it's not getting any cheaper. Like
well,
right now, we're dealing with inflation.
I'm gonna say it like this: if you take you and your two nephews, let's just say they're 18. Say they're 18. Mama, grandma, whatever. Everybody in the household $1,000 a month. Everybody.
No.
It's 5 G's coming in the household. You know what I'm saying? We can make some things happen with that.
Yeah.
We can open some businesses. We can get to the film festival and dump money into it for its success. You know what I'm saying? We can come and sponsor the Man Cave every month. You know, good $45. You know what I'm saying?
But what are the stipulations for the $1,000 a month though? Because I haven't really been.
The stipulations is that you have to be 18 and an American citizen.
Well, that's kind of almost like it's a tax break, right?
No, not really.
How is it not? Somebody.
Well, I'm sure taxes will raise slightly.
Yeah, okay, so
but
taxes.
also all of the food stamps and all of that stuff will be gone.
It'll go away.
It'll be gone.
Yeah.
You'll have a
choice. Is it supposed to go away?
You'll have a choice to either. You'll have a
You
choice
get
to either.
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, you'll have a choice to either keep your benefits, your food stamps, stuff like that, housing assistance, whatever, or get what's called UBI, the Universal Basic Income. But y'all have to do a lot more research than just
it
listen
sounds like
to
it's
me.
going to have to be. Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm just happy to hear somebody talking about doing something for people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of seeing, you know, I saw Elizabeth Warren today, I saw Bernie Sanders today, and it was like, oh, we're going to get rid of all your student loan debt. Man, ain't nobody trying.
You dissing my Bernie?
Hold on, this is
Dissing Bernie?
I like Bernie.
I love
man.
Bernie.
But Bernie ain't talking about doing nothing for people.
No,
Excuse me,
none
I'm
of them
sorry.
do though. None of them do.
But there's a report going out maybe this morning or was it maybe yesterday or something like that. Like 26 people own like $3.8 billion worth of. So many people on the bottom. So basically what they're saying is somewhere along the line is they're getting away with almost tax-free money somewhere, that money that should be pumped back into the system of people, like, you know what I'm saying, like the people, the lower income, the gap between middle class and higher class is actually increasing.
Of course.
You know what I mean? When
of course
that small amount of people controls that amount.
Well, it's 1%. You have a 1%
Yeah.
that's out here, and 1% own 90% of the wealth almost. And I'm not sure if it's 90. I hate to throw numbers out there and not be sure about it, but I'm sure it's something like that. And you can correct me in the comments if you're wrong. You can also call up the show at 203-802-KMWI. That's 5694. For those of you who are phonetically challenged, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to The Man Cave on YouTube to get all of the new shows that will be coming out. Congratulations to The Man Cave and my man Kenny. We are streaming live on Facebook now. Must be a beautiful thing. We appreciate all you guys giving us ears and eyes, you know what I'm saying, for the show. Thank you very much. But anywho.
Small commercial break, you know, we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, look, hey, that could have been a plug for Salon Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, look, Flashlight, holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can do something.
Yeah, I got you. It's a little shameless plug. Nothing
Right,
wrong with
yeah,
that.
you know what I'm saying? So, okay, so we are coming to your film festival. I want to go back to that real quick.
Oh, submissions are still open.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, submit your movies if you're a filmmaker. And we also have a bigger prize.
Where?
You can submit through my website, shutterspeedfilmfestival.com. Oh, and shout out to my crew that actually, they take off work and they help me out. We have Lauren.
I'm going to put that in the comments now, but go ahead.
Okay.
Shutterspeedfilmfestival.com.
Yes, we have Lauren, Sean, Catherine. She just had a baby.
Congratulations.
Yes, Catherine, and one of my friends who we actually lost. We kind of grew up together and then we lost contact. You know, you lose contact and you never like kind of can pick up your friendship. Her name is Stephanie. We actually picked up our friendship like it was never lost.
Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah, and then Will. I can't forget about my precious Will, and of course my mom. Can't forget mom.
Yeah,
and my brother. My mom be yelling at me. And my brother Shakri Shug.
Yeah.
So
Hey, y'all mom off the chain.
yeah, I
so.
love her. Yeah. So yeah, my team. It's only like what a 6.
So how did your food come out that day when your mom was jumping on you.
Which one was it? The banana pudding or was it the other?
Yeah, you was making some. I think it was.
It actually came out good. She likes to yell at me, but it always comes out good. I don't know why. If we don't yell throughout the day doesn't go right.
She don't clean up the kitchen, so my mom like I was going.
Well, guess what? I moved out. He makes a mess now. I come home, all the dishes are in the sink.
Yeah, I better get it together. Because moms don't look like she play at all.
No.
So
No.
she look like she ready. How she doing?
Oh, and happy birthday to all the Capricorns out there. There's been a lot of birthday parties.
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
so
Beast, man. Big Beast just had a
Beast
birthday. Happy birthday, Adrian. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
my man. We had fun. What was that restaurant? That was Fogo de Chao.
Yeah, pretty good.
Is that what it? Or Fogo de Chao?
Fogo de Chao, a Brazilian steakhouse. They had a really awesome salad bar there. So if you guys,
Salad bar was good.
yeah, salad bar was good. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was.
Happy birthday to Beast once again.
I appreciated it. I thought it was real nice. It was I had a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, we're working on pulling up the website for BHE Entertainment. You know,
I
this
like
is actually
that.
for you. I brought this for you, though.
Oh, yeah, let me get that.
You don't need it. He
Yeah.
forgot about it. I'm just kidding. I think his head too big though, low key.
My head,
He gotta have a big
Yeah,
head.
he gonna just roll out today.
It's a
I got you one too, man. We just working on it. We just
I
finished,
do got a big head though.
we just finished shooting a promo
It's
video.
from wrestling.
And I
Oh
gave
yeah,
him
look.
this.
Now see, listen, listen, hold up real quick. I want everybody out there watching to understand something. When you get invited to this show, you come in with gifts like this. See how these two people came in with gifts? I got me a Shutter Speed Film Festival coffee cup, you know what I'm saying? And I got me a hat. Hey, listen, when you come in here, you come bearing gifts for the cake. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get
I
like.
think he's a Cancer, so he's a little
He is
bit
a cancer.
needy.
I'm
You
saying
see-
I'm
a Cancer too.
I might
Oh,
get
this
it.
is a petty cancer party. They
Say
can
I
get
might
over
get a
here.
Cancer.
keychain.
Cancer
Oh,
rule.
cancer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
petty
Cancer. You
party.
already
Yeah,
know.
petty cancer party.
We're awesome.
We are awesome.
See, I'm Cancer Leo though, so I got a little bit of him.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with you.
Hey, look, that's why I'm in front of the camera. That's the Leo.
Yeah,
The Cancer, the guy that's here before the show. Like this.
The one that's shy.
the one that goes into the shell. They go
Yeah,
clap, clap,
yeah,
clap,
right.
clap, clap, clap.
I come out ready to rock though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that's cool, man. I appreciate you guys giving me.
Yeah, for sure, man.
This,
But
I
we're-
like this hat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nice, man.
Yeah, we're working on building up the website right now. You know, I'm really trying to get people to understand what getting out the mud. Oh, that looks
Oh.
good on you too, bro.
Oh
Damn.
man.
Come on,
Oh,
Slim.
dang, homie.
Come on, Slim. This is me you talking about.
Okay.
Dang, there you go.
I see you.
I'm gonna have to bring the boys up here, man.
This is me
you know
you
what I'm
talking
saying?
about here, Slim.
Actually, I should say I have to bring these young men up here because they're very inspiring, man. You know,
That's what's up. They better be able to flow, Slim.
we're gonna get them in here. You know what I'm saying? Get my young one Trill.
They don't
Trill
want me to
ready.
get on the mic.
See, we get my young one Trill, Jr. You know, right now we're getting ready to hit the road next week. You know what I'm saying?
Where y'all going?
We're going out to College Station. We're gonna do
Oh, that's my man in town. That's my
so
man
we're gonna go out
part of
there,
town.
then we come back in February doing a video shoot for Pro Deep. It's about I have the music is streaming on SoundCloud. Yes, they SoundCloud rappers right now, but that's today. Tomorrow's another story. You see me?
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah. So, but what I noticed is that back when I first tried to do something in the music industry, maybe I was like 12. You know what I'm saying? Try to have a little group together, but sometimes when you're young and you're trying to do that, you don't really have the direction to kind of tell people like, hey, you need to go this way, do this thing right there. So that one fell off after a few days. The second time I tried was, actually I think I tried like every 10 years I tried, you know what I mean? The second time I tried, I was in my 20s, fresh out of the military, and we had a group called Loudmouth Entertainment. Shout out to Carlos, Hood, Henny, you know what I'm saying, everybody out in California. You know what I'm saying? We tried it, but we got the bag real quick, and I think once you get the money, like people who don't really understand the whole business aspect of music, they want the bag right away and then to go do their own thing. But me, I'm trying to incorporate reinvesting into yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to do with these guys. To understand
That's
that
good,
more than
man.
just music is also a business as well.
Well, I mean, you definitely have the drive to go do it and go get it. You know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
You
got the
do.
Coming from
networking.
a little red-skinned person like you know what I'm saying?
And, you know,
What's your color?
You
No,
know,
I'm talking about he got a little
the
red skin. He's a little Washington.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought
yeah.
you, aren't you like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a little
I don't know
cowboy
nothing
hater,
about
Yeah, he's a little
football.
cowboy hater.
Hey, look, right now we all at home. Congratulations again to the Chiefs. Congratulations again to San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
I hope it's a great football game.
Green Bay did not show up, man. I was like kind of upset at that game, bro.
San Fran just playing well.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
San Francisco been playing well all year.
And that's when you need Detroit to come in and put his thoughty little.
Nah, San Francisco been playing well all year.
Yeah, wasn't it like 3-13 like a couple years ago?
Yeah, they've been playing. I mean, they got Bosa on that line. They got Preston Smith, a couple of people who came over from the damn Redskins.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, what pisses me off is that's our former supposed to be head coach, Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
When we had Mike Shanahan was like, look, I'm going to coach 2-3 years, and I'm going to turn this team over to my son, and he's going to take y'all to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan Snyder let that thing go. Because, when...
It wasn't him. It was
Bruce Allen, bitch ass. Excuse my language. But when they first came here, the Shanahans wanted Kirk Cousins to start.
Right.
Daniel Snyder wanted RG3 to start. And then they made that offense because Kyle Shanahan did not want to run the zone read scheme. He didn't want to run that. He wanted to run a conventional drop back pass like he's doing with Garoppolo this year.
Yeah.
But since we had RG3 and RG3 wasn't a good drop back passer, as you can still see, he's still not, even with Baltimore when he got in. Y'all excuse me, let me go on this tirade real quick. And so what ended up happening was because they wouldn't let them start Kirk, who they really wanted, those dudes left. Kirk became the quarterback anyway. And everything just fucking imploded and fell apart. Breland gone. One of the best corners in the world. He was on our team last year. We always got good talent, just freaking fried up, man.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys have switched up their head office, head coaches,
right.
So hopefully...
Y'all gonna be some shit again.
Hopefully, no. Everybody who lost in the playoffs, everybody who got a team lost in the playoffs, welcome to Cowboys Nation, baby. You know what I'm saying? They're on the couch. Then they have to look real good, bro.
Yeah, they had to look good on me, look alright, Slim.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
the hat don't make the man, but the man can make the hat. You know what I mean? The man can make the hat. It's like, no, I appreciate it, brother.
No problem.
You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure. Now, once again, why don't you tell people where they can find your group or where they can get in contact with you if they need management information or something like that.
The Shipimoto Talent Management, you know what I'm saying? If you tired of your ex-executive producer singing all the songs,
all in the
videos, call me Shipimoto Talent Management.
Why don't you spell it, man?
SHUKRIMOTO. Look me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. I think it's just you can put in Shipimoto. Shipimoto will come up on Facebook. So SHUKRIMOTO. You'll find me out there.
Yeah, that's where you'll find me, man. How about you and I want you to give the information out for the festival. We need information if people want to get in these production classes and learn how to hold that boom mic and what position to be in. Let's get on it.
Well, register.
Hey, my bad, dog. That was a moment there.
Yeah.
I kind of
hit him one time, Shawty. Hit him one time. There you go.
I didn't even mean that.
So, to get registered, the semester has already started, so you can get registered for my fall classes. I teach Intro to Cinema at El Centro College, and you can look for it at Texas A&M in Dallas. Now for Shutter Speed, it's Shutter Speed Film Festival. Is all together on Instagram. And if you just really want to follow me on Instagram, it's Real, like the film Real, REEL Cover Girl. You get it? Real Cover Girl.
Real Cover
Girl.
But the real with the film.
Yeah, Real.
That's tight. It's real nice. I like your wordplay.
Yeah.
You should have been a rapper.
I told her that she should get into production. Because the way that she chops and edited video is the same concept.
I know why you can't chop and edit my videos over here.
You're okay.
Her time is money now. You know what I'm saying? She's big time in now.
You see how people do it.
I'm just kidding.
She big timing now. She big timing.
But hey, look, we appreciate all you guys for coming out to the show, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned the next few weeks. We are gonna have some bangers in here, man. I know Suge will be back with his rappers. We'll have you back again before the festival to tell about the festivals.
Come down to the festival, bro.
No,
bring the mics, everything. Come down and
I'll
do
give you an access pass.
Yeah, do
I'm
not charging you.
I get a VIP pass.
Yeah, you gotta throw that in there.
I'm coming and we're gonna talk about gutter mommies and all of that too as well next time you come back.
Oh, shout out to Entice, it's her movie, Gutter Mommies, she wrote.
Okay. Entice, come on the show. I want to talk to you too.
She's a book author. Oh yeah, I'll tell her I gave her a shout out again.
Yeah, she was one of the stars in the movie, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't.
No.
The girl, you talking about Portia?
Okay. One of them was
she
fine.
got her own lipstick. That's Portia.
One of them was finer than mine.
It probably was Portia.
Yeah, it was Portia. I was like, she has her own lipstick line. Shout out to her.
Hey.
See, that's the thing, man. You gotta start looking into merch.
I think it's PBH.
Well, for the man cave,
Yeah.
I had some merchandise.
Yeah, you gotta push merch, man.
I did have merchandise, but I just didn't get it printed out.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Thank y'all for joining us today. We are out of here. Thank you so much. See you next Monday. Don't forget to subscribe to the Man Cave on YouTube, please.
Yes.
Oh wait, shout out to B Vanetta. She's texting me. Hey girl.
Hey girl, shout out to whoever you are, B Vanetta.
She's a production design
Is she?
Yeah, she does all like the decoration.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Shout out, girl.
Yeah, shout out to Trill, JR Ruthless, NASA, HBK, and the rest of the boys that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we moving in 2020.
And a shout out to all of y'all watching. We out of here.
Backhouse Entertainment.
That was fun.
Good job, Kenny. Good job, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all running through that with me.
I hate that I forgot my phone, man.
Right.
Good. This was good.
Do it again.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.